All
Let's
right,
see.
go ahead.
More than 160 people are still believed to be missing in Texas days after flash floods killed over 100 people during the July 4th weekend, the state's governor said Tuesday. The huge jump in the number, unaccounted for, roughly 3 times higher than previously said, came after authorities set up a hotline for families to call. Those reported missing are in Kerr County, where most of the victims have been recovered so far, Governor Greg Abbott said. Many were likely visiting or staying in the state's hill country during the holiday, but did not register at a camp or hotel, he said during a news conference. The county's lowlands along the Guadalupe River, are filled with youth camps and campgrounds, including Camp Mystic, the century old all girls Christian summer camp, where at least 27 campers and counselors died. Officials said Tuesday that 5 campers and 1 counselor have still not been found. Search and rescue teams are using heavy equipment to untangle and peel away layers of trees, unearth large rocks in riverbanks, and move massive piles of debris that stretch for miles in the search for the missing people. Crews in airboats, helicopters, and on horseback, along with hundreds of volunteers, are part of the largest search operations in Texas history. The flash flood is the deadliest from inland flooding in the U.S. since Colorado's Big Thompson Canyon flood on July 31st, 1976, which killed 144 people, said Bob Henson, a meteorologist with Yale Climate Connections. That flood surged through a narrow canyon packed with people on a holiday weekend, Colorado's centennial celebration. Public officials in charge of locating the victims are facing intensifying questions about who is in charge of monitoring the weather and warning the floodwaters were barreling through camps and homes. Now, let's dig into this. Do we blame at any degree the significant drawbacks when it relates to what was it, NOAA, the
Probably.
oceanic, right, atmospheric oceanic department?
Probably. Yeah.
I say
But I
yes.
don't know for certain. I mean, like, I think the thing here is the double standard, right?
Hmm.
Like, I put out a video where I talked about this, where, like, is really long and in depth. The Republicans desperately need validation, desperately need validation, and they don't have actual facts. So they focus on, look at what this person did. Look at what they did this. They caused this. This is them. And now it's Trump. Are any of them
Hmm.
going, oh my God, I can't believe the president? No, right? So there's this very clear double standard. There's this very clear situation where Republicans weaponize the weather against whatever president is in office so they can get
Or
tagging points. Then when
governor.
you turn it around on them, huh?
Or governor who's in office.
Or governor, and they attack, and then when it's turned around on them, they ignore it. And this is like the media power imbalance in this country that's fucking crazy. Like, it's actually crazy because there's no like anger towards Trump, right? There's no anger towards Republicans when this happens. They're not saying, oh my God, Greg Abbott caused this. They're not saying that, right? And it's not being said across the internet. It's not being pushed out. You're not seeing it everywhere. Who's at fault? Everybody's sort of reasonable on it because one side's like, yeah, cool. This is like a this is like a bad marriage in America, you know?
I
Really
agree.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
like one side's one, like they can't come to terms because of just fucking gas. Whatever. Anyway, um, yeah, it's I don't know to the degree that Trump was involved in this, but I will say that in terms of the media perspective of it, the Republicans have the upper hand. They just amplify that anger at Democrats, amplified, and they
Mm.
don't know why. They don't need any depth to it. They don't know why. They're just angry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and there's more evidence, I would argue, to suggest that the Republican cuts to these various departments and protections have played a direct role in this than, I don't know, what they claimed about California and the underbrush not raking enough or not running the water to protect a fish. None of that's true. But you can draw a direct correlation between what they've done to FEMA, what they've done to disaster relief, what they've done to climate monitoring systems, and what's happened now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every
Producer
scientist and
Josh.
expert in this, they all agree that not only is this going to be detrimental to the public now because of the lack of early warning systems like tornadoes, floods, like we've already seen, it's going to be generational because
Yeah.
the science that they're losing the access to continue to learn about all this, like the weather balloons going up, all of this information is going to be lost for the next 20 years. It's going to take us to catch back up if a scientific president comes back into power and allows this research to continue. We will have lost a generation's worth of knowledge.
Hmm. Well, that's part of the whole agenda, the anti-intellectualism of it all.
Yeah, they don't believe in climate change. They know that, and those who do believe in it, they're just looking the other way. They don't want this information out there. They think that if the information that the Weather Service provides, if it goes away, then people will stop talking about climate change. They'll stop like pushing for certain legislation. So yeah, there's a benefit for them. That's why they're
Yep.
doing it.
Yep. And speaking of cuts, we have our next story here.